camera recording, and I want to just work through this process. Brittany brought this up in terms of where to find within a record book the information that was kind of some of those other sections. And I just want to touch on that again for everybody. So in the profile, if I'm one of these kids, this is how they would access. I'm going to log in as if I'm Steven, again, as a kid. They would log into their profile. While they're in their profile, they would get into record books. Here, the key out of this that's a little bit different is they have to have this record book that gets to their involvement report. So they have to basically create one with a primary category and secondary and subcategory that gets to this 4-H year involvement report. And then the rest of those subject matter show up. To do that, you create a record book. You can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call it my 4-H year. The primary category would be my 4-H year. The record, you're basically creating another record book. And this is where you would select my 4-H year involvement report under this record book type. And also over here under this SAD subcategory, it makes you pick that over here. You can enter the dates if you want to, it doesn't really matter. Once you save that, you'll see that it created this record book for me, Stephen, called my 4-H year that's tied to this involvement report. So right now, Stephen has two of them, the one I just created, and then the one that he or she labeled as sections 2 through 8 involvement. Again, that's from the old portfolio, which is fine. From here, you open it up. Once you click on it here or edit it, it will add up over here on the left-hand side, the involvement report. So when I click on it, see how it opens up the involvement report over here? All it did was highlight it from where it was highlighted before. Again, the same thing could occur if I clicked on edit over here on the right-hand side of the screen. But now by clicking on the involvement report, this is how they're engaged in the program. Here is where all these other sections exist. Okay, related to that. And in this case, the question that was specifically asked to me was about participating in other 4-H or other activities other than 4-H, and here's where they would enter that in there. Very similar to our program in the past, where they enter their date of participation, what it was, how did they participate, and that's where you would enter, like being involved in Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, church groups, other things like that. And they can end, and once they add a participation here, just for reference point, they could pick a date. They describe it. I was part of baseball, or softball, and then it asks them whether it was an award, a community service, leadership, or an organization. In this case, I'm going to put it was an organization. Save, and there it shows up, so they can track those 4 areas of awards, community service, leadership, organization within it. So let's just say my softball team went and did a community service as an activity. Okay, I can simply add another participation. When was it? Let's say it was September 29th. Softball team worked at food bank or soup kitchen. Okay, and then in this case, I can say that it was a community service activity and save that, and it'll just add right to it. So you can keep this ongoing list of the types of things they're involved in and whether they won an award, provided community service, provided leadership, and or just participated in that organization. That's where that happens. And again, this is from here's where you can add all those other sections as in the past that I saw where somebody labeled it sections 2 through 8. So there you have it.